So, Jacqueline, I'm so curious. How did you find out about Wainwright Global?
Well, that's a good question, and I do share this all the time, believe it or not. When I was looking into coaching, Wainwright Global came up quickly on the search. And so, as a teacher myself, I was very appreciative of the program. And from there, I just really loved the format, and that was probably 15 plus years ago now.
Yes,
But at the time, it's probably even better now. I would love a refresher. But at the time, I really respected the courses,
I love it.
the integrity of the courses, the content, all of that. So
Wonderful.
thank you.
All right. Yeah. Were you skeptical before you decided to jump in? Did you think, I'm not so sure if this will be something for me or not?
I took comfort. Like I said, I was able to recognize that the curriculum was quality and that the foundation, I really didn't know that the foundation of coaching was the cognitive behavioral therapy. And so that was something that I was comfortable with. And so to build on that and to know that that was the foundation of the work that
Gotcha.
we're that's what we're
Yeah.
working towards, that's what we're healing, that's what we're examining, that's what we're changing, all the
Yeah.
above.
Yes.
And then from there, it's just the different styles of coaching. It's
Yeah.
almost like a physical coach.
Yeah.
From there, what sport is it? How can I help
Oh,
you?
gosh. Right.
And then the strategies and then the coaching and all of that are tailored to that.
So I think it's really great that you decided to kind of jump in and you had that background.
Mhm,
I'm not familiar with cognitive behavioral therapy, so I really didn't
mhm,
know that there was an
mhm,
intertwining of things there. So
mhm,
that's interesting
mhm,
for me.
mhm. And
Uh,
that, yeah. Mhm.
yeah. So you've been coaching for God, a lot of time now. I'm like, I don't even want to say the number of years. It's been a long time. So how's that coaching changed your life?
It's probably been about 15 years now, give or take, and it hasn't been a whole consistent 15. There were times where I took off for grandkids and to spend time with them,
I love that.
where I wasn't in private practice. And then same thing with during COVID, of course. But my coaching very quickly turned into work with individuals, women at homeless shelters or day shelters for women.
Nice.
And that's where I did my coaching, and it kind of tied in with some nonprofit work at
Ah,
the time. It was nonprofit coaching for women,
oh, beautiful.
and it was to help people at the most basic level of their day. And so that's how it kind of took the spiritual to
Yeah,
the coaching.
yeah.
So that's kind of how I found my niche in a way.
Okay. I guess my next question is if there was someone listening to this interview and they were thinking about becoming a coach, but they weren't sure about it, they were kind of like on the fence, what would you say to them?
I would say that it's a very, first of all, very needed service. It's a very needed human service, especially now with many other services either being cut back or shut down or just plain not available. I know there are there's a dire need for counseling services. And although we don't classify ourselves or advertise ourselves as trained counselors, we are coaches.
Yeah.
We're able to get people to think about their own thinking. That's the basis of the
Yes.
coaching.
Yes.
And then we're getting people to clear the path to figuring out what their own beliefs are. Not
Yes.
even so much a belief system. That's just too big of a word. Who wants to think about a system? My goodness. But okay, so what's your belief about money? Or what's your belief about love? What's your belief about work? Just those basic five categories, six, seven categories. It just
Yes.
depends how far out you want to take it. If you want to think about the spiritual, where I usually can be found, or just even your work. So it just depends on what facet of life, and we all have those categories.
Yeah.
Some have careers, some work with our hands. Those are our careers. We hold our grandchildren. That's my career. That's my favorite career, is being a grandmother.
Yes.
So all of those categories, that's where coaching comes in, and it just helps people clear the debris, so to speak, emotional debris. We all hear about the old overplayed cliche baggage, emotional baggage. It's more like clearing the debris so you can find your path. And so it's about thinking about your thinking, the meta stuff. That's the cognitive behavioral stuff. And
Yeah.
that's just thinking about your thinking. And if it's not maybe the best thinking, how do you change that?
Yeah.
And then,
Beautiful.
I like to, my favorite teachers taught from books that they loved.
Yeah.
Or I joke nowadays and say it was a good day when the teacher rolled out with the projector or the film or that type of thing. It was a good day. But usually they were still good teachings. Of course, they had to be on point with it. We couldn't just
Yeah.
go, Ferris Bueller's Day Off or whatever. But
That's a great
so
movie.
I like to teach from that too. I'll show a snippet on YouTube from one of Oprah's interviews with Maya Angelou or Eckhart Tolle, Louise Hay, those, some of the masters.
Yes.
I mean, those are coaches and they teach us how to think
Yeah.
on what are the best ways to think about anything. What's the highest thought? What's the
Yes.
best thought? What's the true thought? What's the
True.
in the moment right now?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
not yesterday or 10 years ago, or
Yeah.
not tomorrow or next year, but right now. And then go from there. And a lot of that is breathing and a lot of that is hooking onto your spirit. We all talk about, but when you really try to talk to someone about their spirit, it's like, you're just woo, or you could clear the room real fast. But when you talk about how much medicine you're taking for your physical body or what the doctor you're seeing for this, that, or the other, everyone gets in and commiserates and says this is what's going on with them.
Yeah.
Or the emotional side, we can still talk about our problems till the cows come home. But at the same time, what are we doing to heal from that or move forward? Or, heaven forbid, figure it out. And coaching is about strategizing, it's about strategy, it's about living life skillfully. So it takes skill. It takes skill. We have to almost learn how to think
Yes.
and know that thinking is a tool. We work from our inner selves, our inner spirit, and then thinking is whichever way we want to take it.
Absolutely. So agree with you
And
100%.
that's just a lot to talk about. We do format it, and I like the coaching because it really formats everything in a good way.
Yes. Yes. So I guess my last question is, would you recommend Wainwright Global's coach training to people? Do you think it would be a good value for them?
Yes, I highly recommend it. And I like that you've added on different aspects of coaching, different avenues of coaching. I didn't really know that mine would turn into spiritual coaching.
Good.
And it was hard for me to really call it that at first, even though that's what it started out being from day one,
Yeah.
because that was the path that I was on. But right now, it's almost turning into entrepreneurial teaching. Coaching women in my new venture with the community center is lifting other women up by the coaching classes, which help heal our emotions. But
Yes.
once our emotions are healed, what's our passion? Then we can follow our passions straight into being a businesswoman in the community.
Yes.
So it's just kind of gone that path right now, and we've just started up
I love it.
this month. We had our open house, so I will let you know. And
I, that's
on
awesome.
my Sacred Tobacco Woman website, I will keep updates there and put the link to oneheartcommunity.com.
That's
We're just put our website live there too, so it's under construction. So
oh, that's
I thank
cool.
you for sharing your space. I thank you for sharing your coaching program. I recommend it highly, simply because, like I said, the curriculum was very strong. It was good to follow. You get around ways to use it in a practical way. And I believe that the hours are spot on. The
Thank
hours,
you.
each module, you just make everything easy. The work is there. The work is there to do,
Mhm.
but you make navigating it very friendly.
Thank you.
So I love your style of teaching. Thank you.
Thank you so much.